Hello, hello, Blake Hart here. Today we are talking about RipX from Hit and Mix, and I'm excited about this one. I saw somebody using this and I said, what the heck is that? I need to know more about this. And what this software is it's a way to strip apart parts of the song, right? So break away the vocals, the bass, the kick drum, the percussion, the synths, take away each piece of the song. And you're probably saying, yeah, there's software that does that already, but this is different. This feels different. So they have their own proprietary file type, like the RIP file, and it's just really cool, and it does a really great job at what it sets out to do. So I'm excited to talk about this, show you what it can do, and how you could use it in your production. So there's two versions. There's this DeepRemix and there's DeepAudio. So the reality is DeepRemix does everything you want to do, probably, and then DeepAudio does everything you might want to do and even more. So with DeepRemix, you can break apart the different stems of the audio, and you can do a few, different things with it, enough that you may need, you may be able to do what you need to do to take these pieces and make them into something else. But if you want to do even more, like clean up those different parts of the song and do your own scripting and open it within like software, there's like more pro things that you can do with it. So I'll let you go to the website. Links are down below. Take a look at it for yourself. See which one works for you. I have the version that is DeepRemix and DeepAudio, and we're going to open that and we're going to play with it. But this is just like, this is really cool. Really cool. If you do remixes or even just for production, like sampling or just like wanting to take out pieces of songs, this opens up a whole new world, right? And then think beyond production, think to even DJing, right? Many of you may have forgotten about this feature or aren't aware of it, but Tractor DJ has the ability to mix with stems. So you can use these types of files, and I'll show you how to make them into a stem in your DJ mix. Like, just, you can use the vocal, you can use the drums, you can use the bass. The sky's the limit. I mean, anything you can think of right now, I feel like you can do it with this program. And it blows my mind, because this is stuff like just even 5 years ago, people like dreamed about doing, and now you can do it. So let's dive in. So here we have DeepRemix, DeepAudio open. I've already opened up a song. It takes just a few minutes. It's not too long. It's not like horrible on your computer, but I figured I'd get it all up and going. I have All Good. I've done this Shaka Khan / De La Soul song. I've used it for other videos, so I feel like it's a good song to use. I love the song, and it's a good one to use. So when you open it up, what the software does is it takes apart these different pieces of the song. In the bottom right hand corner, you can see down here, it's broken it up to voice, guitar, bass, violin, kick drum, drums, and percussion. So like, let's take a listen. And then on here, you can even click in and just play like
I had to vote from that and left it dead in the sea. It's better.
Just pick a certain part of the song. You can just play it. That's the bass. I mean, how cool is this? Let's cover more here. All right, so let me play through, and then actually, I think I have to go like that. So I'm taking apart the different sounds here. So now we just have the drums. We can even get it down to just a kick. How cool is that? I'll bring the voice back in. And you can even low, mid, and high here. You can play with if you want to. Bring the bass in.
And that's true. Things ain't going like things should.
Bring the drums. So what I'm seeing here, like the visionary, like going off in my mind is, wow, like let's say I wanted a particular drum. I can just like break all these other pieces out. I can get like a drum beat, percussion, bass, and I can use these in other songs if I want to. If I'm just looking for the vocals for the acapella, this does a really, really great job for the acapella. And if you're used to this type of software, then you already know that some software does better job than others. And I'm really, really impressed. So I'll just play the vocal for you right now. What do we got going on here? A little bit of artifact there, but you can probably clean it up in here. Sounds good to me. Like totally usable.
It ain't all good. And that's the truth. Things ain't going like they should. It's all on you. It ain't all good.
I mean, when I hear that there's not a lot of artifacts. Like it really is breaking out that vocal. And again, for those of you that have used other software, I'm sure you'll be able to hear the difference. I mean, this software is going to change remixing because it makes it so much easier to get a clean acapella. We keep talking about all those barriers to entry and how they keep getting lowered and lowered and lowered. And when I see this is extremely lowering the barrier to entry to being able to do your own remixes and have amazing stems to work with when doing those remixes and the whole DJing part. So let's take a look at the DJing aspect of this and what I'm talking about. So in here, again, lots of things I didn't show you how to do. There's different effects you can apply, cleaning, like all kinds of stuff that you can do to this song that's been broken up into these tiny little pieces here. Like you can even redraw, rejigger, move things around. Not that sounds good, but just so many things that you can do inside here that I'm not showing you. So I just want you to be aware of that. I need to dig into this even more myself. But my point is you don't need to fine tune things, right? This is a way to clean things up, move things around, like change things. But just even out of the box, just dropping the file in and just saying, rip this is what I got. And this is more than enough for most of the things that you want to do. Is pretty insane. All right, so let's show you how you would create stems if you decide to get into the Native Instruments environment and you want to use Tractor because you're like, this is really cool technology. What do you need to do? There is a whole website that talks about stems for DJs. I will put that link down below. It talks about the whole format. Yes, there are some stores that you can go buy stems from, but the songs are very limited. It never really took off. So really, the best way to go about this nowadays is to create your own stems. And you do that with this thing called the Stem Creator. It's free, absolutely free. You can download it, put it on your computer, Windows, Mac, whatever, and you can get the Stem Creator. So let's go open the Stem Creator. So I exported my files from RipX. I've got them all right here. I've got 4 different files. Got my bass, drums, other stuff, so just like the guitar sound, and then my vocals.
Quick, that
It ain't all good. And that's the truth.
And this is the Stem Creator software. So you literally just take each piece and drop it in. So you generally stay consistent so that when you're mixing, you've got, that your bass is always yellow, your drums are always red, and it just makes it easier for you when you're mixing. I do not have this down. I have not really been able to dig in to mixing with stems. It's what I'm in the process of doing, which is why I'm making this video for you and so excited about it. So I've dropped them all in there. And so if I play the, I can play the stem mix here. So those are all the different pieces of it. You can drop in cover art. So if I wanted to have cover art, and then I'm going to say what this is. So all good stem track de las Sol Shaka Khan. And yeah, whatever you want. There's more options here. So there's a lot of different things to put. And then you can actually, if you want to play with some of the sounds, you can, there is a compressor, right? Because you want it all to just like really sound good together. So the software behind this is trying to help you do that. You can tweak things, basic, expert, and then, yeah, go from there. So let's export this. And it tells me I requires 5 audio files, so I need to put the missing track in. So let's see. Let's try to put a missing track in here. So it's funny. It's not letting me pick my like original track. Oh, because it probably has to be a WAV file, and my original is an MP3. Well, isn't that weird? That is very interesting. What happens if I pick that one? That is not the original.
Ain't all good, and that's the truth. Things ain't going like that.
So that's,
all I'm getting.
I don't know if you actually caught the name of that file, but that is another video I did. And it's interesting because if you compare those,
It ain't all good,
hear the artifact?
and that's the truth. Things ain't going like that. all I'm getting.
Isn't that crazy? I hear the artifact there versus this one.
Things ain't going like that. all I'm getting. I don't
Right there.
care about what you think you see.
It's a big difference.
The things you want to know when you love.
I wasn't prepared to like do that. I wasn't going to do a comparison, but you know what? I couldn't help it. So why don't I figured why don't I just show you that? But it looks like generally you'd put your master file would be your WAV file. And like I said, I'm making this video, but it's new to me too. So it looks like then once I've gotten that 5th file in, I can export it, and you see that it tells me it is a stem file. And that is the type of file that you can then only open up in Traktor DJ. Now, when you open up those types of files in Traktor DJ, you're going to want to be using some sort of controller that allows you to have control over those various different pieces of the song. And that's where the S8 comes in. You can pick that up used. They don't have them for sale anymore, but you can pick it up used on like Guitar Center. I don't know why they have like a ton of used ones, and that was the best price that I found. So I picked up one of these S8s. You might remember the D2, which is again not for sale anymore. That's a way to be able to mix these stems with your own mixer. So that's another cool piece of technology. But let me also show you, because there is other hardware out right now that you can use for stems. So let's go to that. The Traktor Control F1 is the DJRemix controller. Okay, so you can use this for your stems or also your remix decks too, which we didn't talk about remix decks today, but that's another really cool thing. And it's also a great place to use components of your rips to then just do more as a DJ. And all of this takes prep time. That's the biggest thing, right? It's a lot of prep time here. But my faith is that once you spend that prep time, this can really elevate what you're doing as a DJ. But you know, it is a lot to juggle and manage. And this is part of what I'm learning how to do right now. But this remix controller is still for sale. So you could pair one of these up with one of the other Traktor pieces of hardware, and then you have control over your remix decks and your stems. So here you can see this little picture here of a setup. I mean, there's tons of different ways to have your setup going on, but here, so you have one on each side of your controllers so that you can play with those decks. So I'm in this place right now where I feel like Traktor does a lot of amazing things that I haven't been doing with it, and I want to figure out how to do those things. And why aren't people talking about those things? And this RipX software is just really what made me like, my mind started exploding. Once I heard how good the RipX software was, like what it was doing, I was just like, whoa, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. This is crazy. But again, it's time, right? It's time because you have to prep your song. You have to rip apart your songs, and you have to prep everything, make the stem file. So there's a lot involved in this. But if you spend the time, oh my gosh, there's a guy right now, Francois, I don't know if you know him, but he's on Twitch and he's a really well-known DJ. I mean, he did some of the first like remixes back in the day, like on tape, you know, when like, I don't know, he was cutting pieces of tape to do a remix. Like that's how long the dude's been around. And he started using the RipX software, and he's doing sets that are just really, really cool. He calls them like dub sets, and he's utilizing the effects, the robust effects that the Tractor DJ software has, along with the RipX ripped apart files and the stems. And it's really, really cool stuff. I'll link to him below too. But yeah, that's what I've got for you today. I need to continue to dig into, creating my rips and my getting my library going, because I'm really excited, really excited. I've said that a few times, right? You can tell, you can feel the excitement. Go check out the trial for yourself, see what it does, and see how it fits into your needs as a DJ, as a producer, just as a music-loving human, because this RipX stuff is so, so cool. Thanks for watching today. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you again soon.